Welcome to It's All Been Done Radio Show, a live show performed monthly at Mad Lab Theater in Columbus, Ohio. We'd like to thank Mad Lab Theater for their generosity, and Pack Rat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio, where we got our start. It's All Been Done Radio Hour is also brought to you by Audible, an Amazon company. If you go to audibletrial.com/IABD Radio Hour, you can get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook of your choosing. Audible has over 180,000 titles to choose from, and this week I'd like to recommend the first book in the Game of Thrones series, which is called A Game of Thrones. If you've been watching the HBO show, I can tell you, and I know this is a cliche, but it's true, the books are much better. There's so much more complexity, there's a lot more to the story, there's a lot of backstory, and now that in Season 5 the show decided to abandon following the books pretty much completely, which seems a strange choice to make after 4 seasons of being a pretty good adaptation, then the books are definitely worth reading on their own now, because you don't get that the same story that's in the HBO show. So go to audibletrial.com/IABD Radio Hour and check it out. You can also go to our website for ticket information, auditions, the podcast episodes, and other details. That's itsallbeendonradiohour.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And this episode is a little bit different than our typical ones. You're used to hearing a 15 to 20 minute installment of one of our 5 ongoing series. But in between those installments during the live show, we like to put little fake commercials. They're not really commercials, even though this one is for a real place. This was not authorized by Pack Rat Comics. They had nothing to do with the content. This was completely us, but we were doing it as a tribute to them because we were very appreciative that we were performing there. So this is Packer and Ratcliffe Volume 1, which is Packer and Ratcliffe at Pack Rat Comics, and this will comprise the commercials from all of the episodes that we did while we were at Pack Rat. And then next week we'll go back to our normal format, but every once in a while you'll get one of these special commercial episodes. The cast and crew really love Pack and Ratcliffe. They're fan favorites, those characters, so I hope you enjoy it. And without further ado, here's It's All Been Done Radio Hour.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello! I am James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe.
We founded Pack Rat Comics in 1843. Comics were just a few stick figures chiseled into stone.
We considered calling ourselves Rat Pack Comics, but somebody already beat us to that name.
Oh, the rodents during the bubonic plague. That is, Sinatra came much later.
Yes, quite right. Over the years, we've changed with the times, adding sticks and hoops and hula hoops.
First editions and trade paperbacks.
Dice and checkers.
And now, as the future approaches, we've already pre-ordered a fully immersive virtual reality experience that will take you inside your favorite comics.
But those aren't available for customers yet.
No, of course not. Unless you're rich.
Yes, rich people always get the best stuff first. I've had a flying car since 1971.
Me too!
But Pack Rat Comics was not founded for rich people.
But we'll take their money.
Of course, but we're here for the normal people too. A family-friendly, fun environment with the best titles, board games, and collectibles conveniently available.
And someday, we'll sell you the virtual reality.
But for now, please enjoy comic books and related products just like your grandfather did.
But better.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I am James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe.
And when we founded Pack Rat Comics in 1827...
That's not the year you founded Pack Rat Comics.
This is my nephew, Jonas. We're recording a commercial right now, Jonas.
I know. Last month you said you founded Pack Rat in 1842. I just wanted to make sure you don't lie to the audience.
Young man, I think we would know when we founded Pack Rat Comics, the greatest comic book and board game store in all the land.
I'm sure you do. So was it 1827 or 1842?
What's the difference?
15 years.
But no matter what year it was founded, we'd still offer the same great products at the same great prices.
And both years are a very long time ago, so we clearly have a record that's pretty impressive.
Look, I know mortals like us confuse years from time to time, so I just want to make sure we're being accurate when we tell people where to go for the best comic shop in town, Pack Rat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio. And now with a second location in Marysville.
Yes, like we said, we founded Pack Rat in 1812.
What?
Yes, indeed. We've been here since 1804, and there will be here until the end of time.
Bud.
Pack Rat Comics, timeless.
Hello! I am James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe. Did you miss us?
As you know, by now, we founded Pack Rat Comics in 1758 and have been bringing you the best in comics and games, novels of the graphic variety, and assorted memorabilia ever since.
Today we come before you to humbly ask for your assistance. You see, we've gotten quite lost.
Yes, that's right. Quite lost indeed.
Recently to us, approximately 47 years in the future to you, we acquired a wondrous time machine. We get it off some fellow named Herbert.
I thought his name was George.
No, Packer, I remember distinctly he said his name was Herbert Wells.
I'm pretty sure it was George
No
Wells.
matter, his name isn't important, it was an impressive machine.
It is very impressive indeed.
Quite right, but we seem to have misplaced it and now are stuck in 2015.
I believe it is 2016, Ratcliffe.
Here's it, dear Packer, how can you tell?
The air quality.
All right, I've got a bit of the sniffle, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh, please do.
I will. Anyway, our time machine has run out of fuel.
Oh, it does not run on gasoline, you see.
No, the future's gotten rid of such barbaric substances.
But the fuel it runs on is a substance we can find here today.
Thank God we already lived through today. 47 years ago, we already know our way around.
Yes. And our present selves left for one of their jaunts in Europe this morning, so there's no worry about messing up the timeline.
Not at all, and even if there were, that's not something we'd concern ourselves with, is it, Packer?
Not much anyway, Ratcliffe.
The problem, ladies and gents, is that the other Packer and Ratcliffe cleaned out the cash register before they left. We have no funds to buy our fuel, it is quite expensive.
So that's why we're appealing to you, the huddled masses. Please, go into Pack Rat Comics and purchase copious amounts of goods.
Lots of merchandise.
Comics galore.
Games.
Collectibles.
We would ever so very much appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. You're already here, so why not? I assume you'll be back here every month.
Absolutely, you must return every month.
Pack Rat Comics, the place to help displaced time travelers return home.
Quite.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
I'm James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe.
When we founded Pack Rat Comics back in 1776, we never thought we'd live in the back of the room of it in 2016.
Quite right, but since our time travel advice acquired from Mr. Wells ran out of fuel and stranded us here, that's exactly what we've been doing.
It's not very comfortable, as you might imagine.
No, it is not. We may have the best selection of comic books, games, collectibles, and related items, but none of those things make good pillows.
No blankets.
No, they do not.
Now, since last month, we appealed to you for funds. Many of you have gone in and bought our merchandise to help us out.
And we thank you very much for that.
We do, but we still haven't been able to remember our bank account password from this time period.
Passwords are so passé and complicated. Whoever invented them ought to be shot.
It was Rodney.
Rodney Sugarbear, robber baronet of the goldfish fortune.
The very same, and I dared to shoot him.
Righto!
The problem is, for all the money that you have given us, we can't actually use any of it.
Quite right. The employees of Pack Rat Comics here in Hilliard, Ohio don't seem to believe that we are who we say we are.
It's crazy. I haven't aged a day in 47 years since this time.
Nor have I.
I mean...
What?
You could use a little touch-up.
I'm an immortal like you, since when do immortals need a touch-up?
Look in the mirror.
There are no mirrors in the back of the room amidst the piles of old newspapers and candy bar wrappers that we currently call home.
Excellent point.
Anyway, we need your help to get home. Continue to support Pack Rat Comics, yes please. as that will benefit us in the future.
The far future.
Quite right. For now, though, we also need you to attend this show and bring your friends and family.
You may wonder, how does attending a free show get these fine gentlemen the fuel they need to get back to their own time?
Well, I certainly wonder that.
As do I.
Then why are we asking them to do it?
Oh! Well, if It's All Been Done Radio Hour gets enough attention, then you and I will be famous because of our role in these commercials. And then we can start a Kickstarter.
Oh, what?
A Kickstarter. It's like begging, but online.
Distasteful.
Repulsive.
Disgusting.
But effective. We could use it to raise the funds we need to buy our fuel.
That sounds rather complicated.
It is. So remember, attend this show and tell your friends to do so as well, so that two weary immortal time travelers can get back home.
And buy all of your comic books, games, and assorted merchandise at the Eisner Award-winning Pack Rat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio, now with the second location in Marysville.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe. Quite right. Pack Rat Comics is your source for all of your comics, games, and assorted collectibles since 1732. In fact, every year since...
Excuse me?
Yes?
Who are you talking to?
I don't understand the question.
Well, you're standing in the middle of a comic book store by yourself.
I am not. My partner, James Packer, is right. Okay, I guess you're right. I guess I am by myself. I hadn't noticed.
So do you work here?
Oh, young woman, I don't work anywhere. I'm a member of the aristocracy, the upper crust, a member of high society. Work? I laugh at the notion. Ha ha! No, I own this proud establishment.
Okay, great. I'm here to see if you'd like to donate to our fall play at the high school.
Donate what?
Money. I'm selling ad space in our program.
Yes, okay. May I see a copy of this program?
Well, no, we haven't printed it yet. We need to sell the ads first.
Mm-hmm. Is it an internationally renowned publication?
No, it's just for the people that come to the play.
Then why on earth would I want to donate to that program?
Is the manager here?
Young lady, I'm better than the manager. I'm the founder.
I come into Pack Rat Comics all the time, and so do all my friends. And the lady and the man that run the place are always so nice and do things for the community. They're very generous people.
Your sentences are poorly constructed.
So, are those guys around, the awesome people that usually run Pack Rat Comics?
Look, I do not know who you are talking about. I am Nicholas Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe, the rat in Pack Rat Comics.
Yeah, I've been coming here for years, and I've never heard of you.
What? How offensive. It's true that Packer and I have been taking a less active role in running the establishment these past couple of centuries, but to have forgotten the men that started this all, unthinkable. I will not stand for it. I demand that these people you are referring to be fired at once.
You know that they do an awesome job, right? Like, they just won a huge international award for Pack Rat Comics.
An international award, you say? As in gold-plated? What?
I don't know. But they've been doing so well here that they opened a second location in Marysville.
A second location, then. Okay, well, that's a start. Perhaps I was too hasty in demanding that they be fired. It seems my store may just be in good hands after all.
The best.
Now, about that advertisement that you spoke of before, would a shilling be sufficient?
I don't even know what that is. I'll just come back later.
What a curious lady. Pack Rat Comics, still the best place to get all your comic books, board games, and related merchandise, even if they have forgotten their founders.
And now, another word from our sponsors.
Comics back in 1702. We never thought that we...
Excuse me. Packer, your nephew is back.
I believe Jonas is your nephew too, my good Radcliffe.
Only by marriage.
What brings you to us today, young Jonas?
Well, first I'd like to know the actual year in which you founded Pack Rat Comics.
How droll.
Yes,
And I believe I have found the fuel we need to get back home.
what makes you think we need any help?
Quite right, Packer and I can manage fine on our own.
Right, sure, but do you know where to look for your supplies?
Of course we do, young man. The nerve,
The moxie.
the attitude.
The gall, Jonas lad. You are looking at two of the most observant men on the planet we call Earth.
Radcliffe is right. Not a thing gets by us.
Never.
By the way, when did you arrive back in 2016 and how did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I was with you when you got trapped, and I've been sleeping in the back room alongside you these past months.
Oh, that's not possible. I would have noticed you.
As would I. Oh, you beg to differ.
Well, your eyesight has gone a little dull. You might want to look into getting some glasses.
Immortals do not wear spectacles.
Well, you should.
If you've really been here the entire time, young Jonas, then why did you wait until now to speak up?
Oh, good point, my dear Radcliffe. You've got a minute.
Quite.
Well, it doesn't surprise me since you didn't notice I was here in the first place.
Agree to disagree.
That you didn't notice I left last week to seek the fuel we need.
And did you secure us a supply of this fuel?
Yes, I didn't have a way to pay for it, but I found a retailer close by who will give you a very fair price.
Okay, Packer, this nephew of yours might just be useful yet.
Quite right, Radcliffe. Lead the way, young man.
Packer, aren't you forgetting something?
Whatever you do, you mean.
We haven't advertised the shop yet.
Oh, yes! Silly me. Go ahead.
Pack Rat Comics, the best place to find comic books, collectibles, board games, assorted memorabilia, and a forgotten nephew with a way to get two of our time travelers back home.
Hopefully.
Let us proceed at once to the fuel!
And now another word from our sponsors.
I'm James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe.
When we founded Pack Rat Comics back in 1679 or 1697, our goal was to bring the best comic books, collectibles, board games, and assorted memorabilia to the masses in a grand way as possible.
That's right, and having recently won the International Eisner Award, as well as opening a second location in Marysville.
How many comic book stores can say that?
Not many, my dear Packer, so as you can see, sir, we have quite the reputation.
Yeah, very impressive. But I'm not sure what this has to do with anything.
You've got to be kidding me! The nerve!
The arrogance!
The gall!
Surely, sir, you can see that my partner and I are very important men. Men who rule the upper crust of society and sit atop the pinnacle of human achievement.
If you say so. But reputation ain't gonna get you my used fryer oil.
And may I ask why not?
Some environmental nut gives me some good cash for this stuff. Freak says his car runs on it.
Why, that is precisely what we need it for.
Only better.
Quite right, Packer, because instead of a motor car, we have a time machine.
Oh, right. So, if you guys want this stuff, it's gonna cost you $500.
500 what?
Dollars.
Would that be American dollars?
Yeah.
Oh, I never touch the stuff. No, I don't.
Well, if you don't have the money, you can't have my oil. Simple as that.
Now wait just a minute. You are clearly a businessman, as are we.
Quite right.
Oh, surely we can come to some sort of arrangement.
I only take cash.
Where are we going to get those filthy portraits of mediocre presidents, Packer?
I don't know, Radcliffe. We have people to handle such things.
Okay, but where are these people?
We didn't bring them with us.
Ah, you are right. Next time we travel with people.
Remember, we considered that, but we didn't want to be crowded in the time machine.
True. Next time we order our people to acquire their own time machine and trail behind us at a respectable distance.
You two, kind of weird.
I beg your pardon, we are not weird.
I am not weird. Okay, now what?
You are kind of weird.
Well, you're one to talk your English and you talk like a southern gentleman.
It suits me.
It does. It does.
Okay, well, break time's up. I got burgers to flip. If you get the cash, do please come back. If not, peace out, Cub Scouts. Have a nice life.
We certainly will. The very best life. You too, scout person. Yes.
Right you are, Radcliffe. Well, I guess it's time to go back to the comic book store.
Pack Rat Comics, where you can get all your comic books, board games, and assorted products, but not used fryer oil?
The very same.
Right.
It's All Been Done Radio Hour number 15. Packer and Ratcliffe number 1 at Pack Rat Comics starred Chase McCants as James Packer, Dallas Ray as Nicholas Ratcliffe, Addie Peel as Jonas, Joe Morales as Jonas, Katie Boisnault as the customer, Ryan Yohe as the fryer oil salesman, and was narrated by Chris Allen. Check us out at itsallbeendoneradiohour.com, and please don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. Super important. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back next week.
Not a bad dream.
Yeah, you go for it. Keith as Ratcliffe. Go ahead, Packer Ratcliffe. And you're the salesman, right?
I can't want to do
You Radcliffe?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I'm
You
not
weren't quick
supposed
enough.
to
Keith
speak.
called it first. You can't do it every time, Nick.
I know.
That's hilarious.
I know.
And now
Oh, yeah.
another word from our sponsors.
Bing, bing, bing.
I'm James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliffe.
When we
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
If Dallas goes missing, I am
We know the producer.